Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, I am showing you probably some of the most beautiful Pokemon cards you've ever seen. And Pokemon cards that I feel extremely confident that outside of maybe one or two of you watching this who are really hardcore collectors, you are not actually ever going to own, or at least more than own a couple of them. They look like this. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in the new set coming out in Japan soon, GX Ultra Shiny, we have had it confirmed that shiny Pokemon GXs are coming. So, if we take something like Rayquaza, for instance, we've got regular Rayquaza, and we've got full art Rayquaza, and then you've got the really quite rare Rainbow Rayquaza. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now introducing shiny Rayquaza, and you will notice, and some people are not terribly happy about this, I personally think they look awesome, but some people aren't that happy. It's the same artwork, but recolored to make it into a shiny Pokemon. Either way, whether you wish there was new art or not, I think we can all agree they're pretty beautiful. Here's the thing though, they're coming out in GX Ultra Shiny, and they're one per box. So in Japan, you buy a box of Ultra Shiny, and you get one of these Rainbow Rare Pokemon in your box. That is a lot, and already I'm hearing reports from friends that there are shortages over in Japan. The official Pokemon website in Japan, the store, yeah, that actually that went down earlier. Yeah, that actually was not accessible because it was too busy. And I believe today is when they went up for pre-orders. So these are already proving to be crazy popular over in Japan, and you get one shiny GX per box. But Wassy, you might be saying, there's probably only a few of these. It's unlikely there's going to be that many. So surely it's going to be okay. No. I want to bring your attention to Rayquaza, which is number 240 out of 150. First of all, looks like the numbering's a bit weird, but remember the secret rares do not count in the numbering system. I.e., there are a minimum of 90 secret rares in this set. 90 secret rares. But actually, dragon Pokemon in the numbering system we use come right before colorless Pokemon. So actually, that's not a particularly fair comparison because there are two colorless GXs that have had rainbow rares in the past. That being Drampa and Silvally. So actually, there's more than 90. There's at least 92. That's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, these are one per box, and there are somewhere in the region of 90 of them. Now here's the booster pack image. When we saw the booster pack image before, we said, alright, we can see some of the Pokemon that are going to be on there. There's Stack Attacker, there's Zygarde Complete Form, Lycanroc Midnight Form, Boswell, Zoroark, Rayquaza, Charizard, Espeon, and Ho-Oh. But there's actually all of them. And there's no confirmation here, this is just reading between the lines, but given that there are so many of them, I think it's fair to assume that we are getting a shiny version of every GX Pokemon we've ever had. Or to be more precise, every GX Pokemon we've had that had a rainbow rare. Because not all of the GXs have had a rainbow rare. Now, if you want a number here, we have had 71 rainbow rares up to and including Celestial Storm. That is not including Lost Thunder and the other mini sets that Japan have had that we haven't. So it seems very, very much like every GX is getting a shiny version of them. That's ridiculous. And they're one per box, and there's already a shortage of these boxes over in Japan. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck ever trying to collect these. Good luck ever trying to get to a situation where you can actually collect all of these cards. I feel fairly confident at this stage that it's going to essentially be impossible. Now, don't get me wrong, there will be collectors out there that go and buy them all individually, but the values of these cards are going to be just over the top crazy high. And that's before we get to Charizard. You see, one of the ones that was shown off today is Charizard. We all know that Charizard is a crazy popular Pokemon. We know that the boxes of Burning Shadows, where you can pull a Rainbow Rare Charizard, that is what everybody's after. And generally speaking, you get kind of 1 or 2 Rainbow Rares in a box. And I mean, look, conservative estimate, let's say somewhere around 1 in 20 boxes, you get a Rainbow Rare Charizard. And that's rocking up like £100 over in the UK. Well, here, how about that? Except it's 4 or 5 times less likely to be pulled. 4 or 5 times rarer. See where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen? This is going to be one of the most expensive cards we've ever seen in terms of ones you can pull from a pack. Obviously, the weird promos, etc., yes, they get expensive. But in terms of cards that you can just pull from a pack, Charizard, the shiny one, could well be one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive ever. But that leads to a couple of questions. First of all, what do we do with promo GXs? Ones that never got a full art or a Rainbow Rare. Because some of the early GXs that came out as promos, I'm thinking things like Beware, I'm thinking things like Lycanroc Midday Form, I'm thinking things like Serena. They never got your Rainbow Rares and your Full Arts. Now, later GXs that came out as promos like Tapu Bulu, they would come out as a promo for the regular art, but then they would get the Full Art and the Rainbow Rare in later sets. So even though Tapu Bulu was a promo, we have our Rainbow Rare Tapu Bulu. And clearly here we can see, I mean, compare the Rayquaza. We can see that the artwork here, compare the Charizard, we can see that the artwork here is just the original artwork with a shiny new background, and they've recolored to make them shiny Pokemon. But you can't do that with Beware. There is no Rainbow Rare or Full Art Beware, because of course, as I showed you with Rayquaza earlier, the Full Art and Rainbow Rare essentially have the same artwork. There's nothing to work off of. Now, I would love to believe we're going to get a completely brand new and exclusive Beware, but I think that the Pokemon that never got Full Arts and Rainbow Rares are going to be left out here. Now, as someone who loves Beware and also loves Snorlax, yeah, you better believe this is upsetting to me, because neither of those got Full Arts or Rainbow Rares. They're probably not getting shiny versions, though I do hold out hope that I am wrong about that. The other question is, when are we getting these in the UK? Because you see, at the moment, the Japanese release schedule makes perfect sense to me. They've just had Dark Order. We've profiled all the cards on this channel. Do go check them all out. And now they're getting GX Ultra Shiny, which is the hey look, fancy shiny Pokemon set. And then they're getting their tag team set, their team up set, their set that introduces tag team GXs. But you see, that doesn't fly with me, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the thing, right? We know that some of the cards from GX Ultra Shiny, Sun and Moon 8B in Japan, are going to be in Tag Team, our Sun and Moon 9 set. And we know that because Lycanroc Dusk Form, which I just showed you earlier on today on this channel, we know it's coming in Team Up. We know that for a fact. We've been told it's coming in Team Up. So we know that GX Ultra Shiny cards are coming in there. But here's the thing. Team Up is our set that introduces Tag Team Pokemon like Pikachu and Zekrom Tag Team GX. Does anyone out there really believe that we are going to be getting Tag Team GXs and these ridiculously rare shiny GXs in the same set? They are both a hook worthy of having a set based around them. And in Japan, because they're separate sets, they can do them separately. But these two sets are essentially being amalgamated along with Dark Order into our February team up set. So I cannot believe we're getting them. Which then leads to the question of how are we getting these outside of Japan? And I honestly don't know. Maybe there'll be promos, maybe they'll be put into a future set. I really have no idea. Maybe they will be one per booster box in the UK, US, Europe, etc. But it seems from a marketing standpoint not ideal to be putting these redonkulous chase cards in the same set where you're introducing Tag Team GXs. I can't see that happening, and Pokemon have been really good at spacing out the new chase cards. So I don't know how we're getting them. And I don't know what's going to happen to the Pokemon like Beware and Snorlax that never had Rainbow Rares and Full Arts in the first place. But I can tell you that these boxes are already crazy popular in Japan. And I can tell you that these are going to be ridiculously rare and valuable. And I can tell you they're going to be beautiful. Although I cannot tell you for 100% certain every GX is getting the treatment. Rayquaza is the 90th secret rare in the set. I think that pretty much tells us all we need to know. Quick shout out to the lovely Joe from Cerebi.net who did talk through some of these ideas with me. Cerebi is a wonderful website. If you're not checking it out regularly, which you really should be, do make sure you do so. He's a lovely man. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think this does to hardcore collectors? Do you think it's a step too far, or do you think it's an amazing challenge? What do you think about these cards? Do you like the recycled art, or do you wish there was new art? Tell me how you think we're going to get them. There's a lot of questions with this, and I am delighted. But whatever you do, go nuts, but please remember the rule to be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays. We are going full on into Transformers TCG at the moment, and it's awesome. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.